Hello, it's Phoenix Wright. I am still updating the stuff, but yeah, it's Phoenix Wright. Sorry, I completely forgot about today. There we go. Changing the title and category now. How are you doing, Bodoka? How are you doing? There. Stream information has been updated. I'm not muted, right? I can't see if I'm muted or not. Okay, no, I'm not muted. No adventures in Palm Beach today? Yeah. Yeah, Palm Beach will have to wait a little bit. Also, the case in Phoenix Wright is super interesting right now. It's funny because more than me forgetting about today's stream, because I did not forget. But I forgot to do all the activities related to the stream because in my head I had already done them. I don't know why. My voice is a little bit better, but I have this permanent feeling that something's stuck on my throat, and that is very annoying. But man, I cannot wait to see what happens, because Dolly returned. Edgeworth will be the lawyer. Phoenix is in the hospital. Maya is trapped. We are gonna get the monkey judge again, the one that is Canadian apparently, but he looks a lot like Andros from Star Fox. And yeah, there are so many things that I wanna see what happens. Also, I'm big suspicious on Sister Bikini. I'm big suspicious on her. I think that she's the real killer. She knows about the past of Iris, which is Dolly, and she tried to frame her, because who's gonna believe that Sister Bikini killed the lady when you have a convicted killer right there and then? But I think Sister Bikini killed the old lady because she was envious or something, I don't know. Especially if Iris is so willing to admit to her crimes of 5 years ago, when she said, I deceived Phoenix 5 years ago, and she's willing to confess and tell Edgeworth everything, and you know, it really feels like Bikini framed her. I thought about starting a little earlier today so we could explore a little bit of Palm Beach, but I don't know, I think it's better if we save it for Wednesday. What else? Oh man, yesterday I tried co-op with BGC and Slay the Spire. It's hella fun, man. That is a freaking fun game mode. Maybe I can put this here. No, that doesn't work. has to go here. I'm seeing how can I reorganize a little bit my stuff on the desktop so I can get a better view of everything. But oh, now that I realize, because I went live before editing the stream info, everyone was notified that I'm streaming Elden Ring. Oh. Well, it's fine. Man, someone busted a water pipe on the apartment below us, and because that leaked and costed the building a lot of water, they are... Hello there, Josh. Hello. They're splitting the bill for the water. And because my family is the largest in the building, they threw the burnt of it to us, and it's like, dude, this makes no sense. Like, this is so unfair. And they are charging us like 900 euros for water because someone else busted a pipe. So stupid. Yeah, because the water bill is split between the people in the building, but someone busted a pipe and that caused leakage. Yeah, exactly. Like, but because of the leakage that the apartment had, the water bill skyrocketed, and they split it proportionally to the size of the families, and because we are the largest family, they threw the largest amount to us, and it's so unfair. But we are about to begin, guys. Just 5 more minutes and we are beginning. But yeah, it's hard because that puts a wrench in, like, in financially for me, it's a very big wrench in my plans. But hey, we'll get through it and everything's gonna be fine. I just wanted to share the stupidity of the system. Okay, should we start gaming, guys? We're 5 minutes ahead of schedule here, but we could start just gaming now. Also, I think the game is a little too loud today, because... Actually... Well, no, maybe it's my headphones. Yeah, it's not... Yeah, it was my headphones. Okay. Yeah, let's start gaming, it's fine. Shit, I played too much Yakuza, Mafia and GTA. Damn. Okay. Let's continue the adventures. Okay. So wait, let me check my notes a second here. So we talked to Gamshu, right? We went through all of this stuff, yeah. Okay, we have not examined the scene of the crime. We haven't done that. And I know because this popped into my head immediately, into my eye immediately. I think the previous chat was censored. What the F? 900 euros? That one? I mean, let me check. Get the busted pipe, use it to bust that guy had. Oh, I think it was, yeah. Maybe because it contained violence, maybe. What is this? It looks like a wizard's staff. That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise, Doc Sim. There is nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen this. Listen, this is just between us, okay, sir? Yeah? What? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. Alright. That's why I told you, maybe I played too much Yakuza, Mafia, GTA. Oh, lol. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me? Yeah, that's it. This stuff was made from a very strong kind of good. What about the fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victims. Victims' stuff added to the court record. Man, you sound terrible AF, take it easy, bro. No, I'm actually doing pretty well. I don't know why, but I feel like there is something stuck in my throat. It probably is phlegm, and once I cough enough, it will pop out, and I will be fine. But as long as that remains stuck there, my voice will sound terrible. But I'm feeling a lot better, like I swear. Okay. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon. Sure, it's called the something. By the way, nasty piece of work, sir. There is still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood. Yup, all over the blade. Good to hear them. Perhaps take some lozenges, candy, and lots of water. Yes, I actually have. Actually, I'm gonna take one of those candies now. And I have water with me that I've been drinking regularly. Okay. Yup, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shishito too. Fingerprints. Naturally, they match the prints from the younger nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon. Of course, she was trying to take it out. What's wrong? What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how is it for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney? Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. Oh, now you're developing empathy, huh, you little bastard? The main gate must be over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jump over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps some should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. Ah, I just love skiing. Really? You don't seem like the type. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah, they are a little too kiddie, you know, messes with my hard-boiled image. What with the silence, Mr. Edward? Is this world starting to go mad? It's a lantern. I suppose they like it at night. There is something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay the electricity bill? How did you know? Oh my god, that's so sad. Gumshoe's salary has been cut so many times that he has to use candlelight. Okay, there is no slide option here. The main hall of Hasakura Temple is above us here. Hey, you're right, but I'm pretty sure the main hall didn't have a second floor. Hasakura Temple was built on a step part of the mountain. The front and back of the main hall are on different levels. Oh, that makes sense. But wouldn't it be easier just to put the place slanted, sir? I fail to see how he can consider that to be an even remotely good idea. Yeah. Let's see. There are things that pop to my eye, but I cannot examine them, like this print here, this hole here. Maybe I'm done here. Maybe I'm done here. Oh, it's a warm cat box. But where are all the cats? It's called Hibashi. It's for heating the room. Oh, looks like this ancient straw. Look at these ancient straw frisbees. Those are a type of sabuton. Cushions called ensa. Why are you giving me such a hard time, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Why? Because learning something new may actually be a good thing for you, detective. Every character today in Phoenix Wright is also sick, guys. That's what's happening. It's so cold in the mountain that everyone got sick. It's not only me. It's an altar with a giant magatama enshrined on it. There are a lot of candles lined up on it too. The localization team seriously had to put work in here? Yeah. I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while. Maybe you should blow out those candles over there to make up for that. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind singing happy birthday to me? Stop that! Cut that out! Please, don't blow out the candles! That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is the Lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls. Oh, this is lesser? What is the greater one like then? The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of the Fame Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the Treasures of Kurain exhibit, but it was so large that they couldn't bring it through the doors. There is flowing script, blah blah blah. Man, I bet you had a awful nightmares if you tried to sleep in here. This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms. They are all designed to prevent evil forces from entering. So if I sleep here, the Oogie Woogie Boogeyman wouldn't hunt me down for eternity, alright? Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? He's like Maya but big. He's Big Maya, basically. Main gate. Oh! February 8 has a good temple, main gate. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shot tight with a number of Psylocks. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a turn on my side. This must be the main hall. That must be the main hall at the back there. A brilliant deduction, sir. Are you trying to flatter me, Detective Gumshoe? A brilliant use of suspense to build tension, sir. According to Wright, the head nun has some important information. I can miss the opportunity to speak with her. But I already did. The gate looks quite old, strong enough to resist the weight of... That's me. That's the Mr. Edgeworth I know. You got a real flair for words, sir. I have always appreciated this kind of old, timeless elegance. That's exactly how I feel too. Take this coat, for example. Like fine wine, it gets better with age. Even fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to sting at some point. I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, detective. He's so mean. I can see a small bell tower from here. Hey, that just reminded me. There is something I've always wondered about. Something tells me that he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. We call a person who tells a lie a liar, right? So why don't we call the person who rings a bell a beller? Or truer for a guy who tells the truth. Oh man, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. I had no idea he was such a deep thinker. Deep thinker? He's speaking in memes. I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say this, just gave me a great idea. Something tells me he's going to tell me... Okay. I've got an idea for a brand, a new invention. It might even make me rich. An invention. Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I call it a snow car. So what do you think? Would you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Okay. No. Detention center. Oh, something trigger. February 8th, detention center, visitor's room. Mr. Edgeworth. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind. But I already told you everything that Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything. Yes, thank you. Oh my god, I cannot do girl voice, guys. I cannot. With my throat obstructed, it's really hard. Because when I try to go low, it just disappears. Talk. The Inner Temple. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hasakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Toxim with a sword. And one other thing. She said when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last time, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night. It looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break the sidewalks. Well, I think since the game is telling me to do it, it's time to do it. Take that! I was frightened. Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers, understand? Yes, sir. What is going on here? Sorry guys, my tabs moved a little bit and I cannot see the YouTube chat. Okay. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, it is really true you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what you were frightened? It has to be this one, right? This one. I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you. Man, you sound like you're suffering, but I'm seriously fine. I don't know what's happening with my throat today, but I'm seriously fine. That's... Well, Iris, why are you glaring at me like that? Were you so scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you? Is that correct? You were scared? Okay. Was... Was this the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way. But Mr. Edgeworth... Yes? I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me. A prank? Well, yeah. After all, even if I did have a secret, there is no one to tell it that would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Vikin is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. Okay, that's Phoenix. Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say? I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. Okay. Frightened. My throat got... Oh, damn it. Just as I thought my throat had cleared a little bit. Okay, let's see if this helps. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions? It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near. Where is it on this map? It is around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such terrible criminal could have been lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it. So this is the secret that you locked away in your heart. Yes. It looks as I thought. I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some signs of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night. Yes, that's exactly right. Iris' testimony added to the court record. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am. That's so cryptic. Well, I guess at this point we have to try the Heavenly Hall. Yeah. February 8th, Heavenly Hall. Whoa, not much of view down from here, huh? It is still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Oh, why does it always happen to me? Whenever I find a girl, like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next is going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective wallet. That will get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that. Someone who looks like he's... I cannot do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. Damn you, Larry. Damn you. He's just talking to himself. Shh. Be quiet and listen. I know it. I know I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said. I got an objection. What? Edgy, dirty rat. Damn you oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice too. I even pointed with my finger. You watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the gig is up. What have you got to say? Heavenly Hall. What is this little shack anyway? Well, I just discovered it by myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great place. This is a great little place. It's artistic. Good grief. What is with the accent? Oh, it's not an accent. I'm sorry. I'm sick today, sadly. I'm feeling a lot better, but my throat is still playing tricks on me, so I don't know. It's quiet, cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Larry Bad forgetting this and that reminds me of Dory from Finding Nemo. Yeah. First run through this game? Yes. So no spoilers, please. One thing's for sure. No one's likely to show up and disturb you here. So can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy on us, sir. Iris. Listen to me, Jim. You've gotta do this. You gotta save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth. Anyway, I made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl. God damn it. I don't know why my throat now is so icky. This scene is so me. Hello, Black Lockhart. How you doing? Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this... I really want this man to carry me to over the threshold. I'm making fries. Ooh, delicious. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't ask her to do anything, that's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what I'm gonna do if she gets hurt? I like Larry and Pearl's little rapport in this chapter. I haven't seen them. No, it's at the beginning. Yeah. No, wait. Have we seen them? Was Pearl present at this in the case at any point? I don't think so. We started with Phoenix on the hospital. Oh no, yeah, in the flashback. Yeah. What is this guy trying to say? He's lost me about a mile back. If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand. The night of the crime. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my questions yet. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? What kind of attitude? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Sure. Okay, chill out with those scary eyes, I got it. If you really want to know, last night I saw something incredible. Something incredible. Okay, I think it's gonna be Magatama time. Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the old days, what do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Okay, Magatama time. The night of the crime. Alright, you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? More like the good old days? Yeah. Huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome, never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I'd been sleeping. I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend Naomi. And then it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Jay, what? Why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There is still 3 silos remaining. That means he's trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? I'm never making fries again. Why? Are you burning yourself with the hot oil? What do you say? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you are as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there. Took too much time to make them from the pan, and now they are drenched with oil. Oh, yeah. Making fries in the pan is not a good idea. It's impossible for you to have seen the lightning strike from Dusky Bridge. Lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room. I'm guessing... Yeah, no, he cannot, because if he's in Hasakura Temple, it's impossible, there is no LOS for him. Try oven fries next? Yeah, that works. This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hasakura Temple. What am I looking for? You have no LOS, you dumbass. I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? They are called French fries because you fried them. Well, you can fry in the oven, but I don't know if you're ready for that tech yet. It looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice but to move on to the next step. I'm gonna take this stick and shove it down your ass until you talk. You were in your room at the temple, so then where were you? You don't know I wasn't in my room. So where was Larry and why he was there? If I read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed the lightning strike does keep... Yeah, okay. Sorry, the dialogue moved on its own. But it's here, he was obviously here. The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall. Why would I be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there is no electricity after all? It's not dark yet. Uh-oh. In other words, you just have provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're totally in a different league from Nick. That's nice, now tell me. Caught up with the stream. Also, yeah, French fries can be finicky. Deep frying is a pain, yeah. What were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a fair decor. What? Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh no! You really are one scary guy, you know? I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come visit you. It's obviously Iris. Yeah. Sorry guys, I accidentally clicked. I told you, don't call me Larry. Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. I put them in the air fryer, maybe it will fix something, maybe. Oh, suddenly feel cold all over at you. No doubt, because of my chilly glare. So do you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have any kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here, the evidence that proves you were waiting for her. I'm guessing it's the note to Iris. Because Larry's stupid. So he probably thought, every person has a secret, I'm gonna write this letter and see what happens. So it has to be this, there's no other thing. Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh hey, give me that back, you're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudge you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman. Frailty? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, first of all, what is this? At the top of the letter, it says salutations here. Well, that's what I said. It said in the book, letter writing for dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris. I'm so sorry. Okay, finally we're getting a confession. We're getting somewhere. Sorry, I just went on a coughing spree. And for some reason... Oh, damn it. Never mind. I was about to say my throat got clear, but nope. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it. You scumbag threatening a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Sadly, this is a truly great Ace Attorney game. This series kinda went downhill after that. I don't know. I have only played the original trilogy so far. And this is the last game of that the original trilogy. Unless you want your secrets to be exposed. That sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break. It's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burns so hotly that it could melt the snow in this mountain. The trilogy was also adapted into an anime. Have you seen it? No, I didn't want to watch it before playing the game. Because that would have spoiled the game. But now that I'm about to be done with the games, I can watch the anime. Oh, then what is this secret you mentioned? Come on, Edgy, don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Like, seriously? Obviously, she wouldn't want the old lady bikini to know about that. About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair. What? Alright then, why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break, it's not my fault, I didn't have any other envelopes, yeesh. He needs to invest on Purchaksina. Fucking... Oh, he needs to invest on purchasing a fucking mirror, yeah. Apollo Justice is great, but I'm not talking about that game until he plays it. Ooh. Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's cause Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's what all those huge logs were about. I don't understand, why were you so defensive? Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect much from a guy like me. Hey, come on. Don't let it get you down. But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something, I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago. If you really wanna know, last night I saw something incredible. He's right. Larry? What are you looking at me like a hungry dog that found a bone? What is this? What was this? Something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another. Something incredible. I already told you, didn't I? I saw the lightning strike the Dusky Bridge. Yeah, and I believe it. I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your own story, your heart wouldn't have had so many locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night, something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? Why? How? Okay, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. More Psylocks. Kidding me? What's wrong, sir? Does it mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like that? I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning? By I've just heard about it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. Okay. Well. Can we just help the defense attorney do the right thing? Yeah. February 9, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Oh my! Mr. Loris feels that way about me? Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not. In any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I'll drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Norris is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Doxim, right? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed? Don't worry, I made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris, it's a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. February 9, 10 a.m. District Courtroom number 7. I'm sorry guys, I know my voice in today has been a little iffy, but I'm doing the best I can with my current health situation. The court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hasakura Temple. Can we... okay. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. What's happening here? The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Please, no need to make voices if you're sick. You know, I'm trying my best. It's fine. I'm feeling well, it's just my throat being a little stupid. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's shirt can only mean that the prosecution has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem that this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I'm ready to announce my verdict at this time. The court found the defendant. I knew it. It had to be Francisca. The prosecution stands ready.
And you are?
Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy.
Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma.
Legends are a thing of the past. I'm a von Karma, that's all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purpose of prosecuting this case.
You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, huh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm almost certain that I've seen you before somewhere. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once.
I believe you're imagining things, Your Honor.
Miss von Karma, do you have anything to say?
There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor office.
There isn't. There isn't.
I told you there is no such weakling.
What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip.
I have no objection to the whip.
You don't?
The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. Okay. He's shooting at Godot, huh? But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand to prove here today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today, but looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. I don't know why, but my throat really freed for a minute here. Let's make good use of it. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you. Slip through my fingers. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic.
Allow me to add the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court.
The stage is set. Continue with the proceedings, Your Honor.
Very well, Miss von Karma. Please give an outline of the case. With as little whipping as possible.
Apollo Justice just got really weird with the panty-fixation. What really bothers me is the ending to AJ setups changes for the justice system that were never followed upon. No spoilers, please. I will continue playing this series every Saturday, so no spoilers. The murder victim is the famed picture book author Miss Elise Doxnim. Her body was found in the Hasagura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue.
The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene.
Crime photo added to the court record. There is no mistake, this was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime.
Very well. Please bring the witness to the stand.
And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney.
Yeah, sure.
Witness, state your name and occupation, please.
Hold here. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up. Nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the lobby, the defendant's lobby for our back pain-plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. I'm not spoiling, speaking in vague terms. Okay. Is that, since you mentioned the ending, you know, it's... Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little old me, well, I'm the head nun of Hasakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it, Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their heart should leave this sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. In any case, witness, I heard that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There is no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about... What? Tell us about your own movement that night. Ha! The night of the murder. I hate her face physics. He's Canadian. That's a joke. Oh. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to the Hasakura temple. There is no bath in the inner temple, you see. I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. Am I muted? Oh. I'm muting myself when I cough or when I feel like I'm going into coughing spree. Damn it. How long was I muted for? Maybe 15 seconds, not bad. Okay. Maybe 30. Damn it. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Not much. Okay, perfect. A boot calls people hosers. A lot of is a trope. It doesn't feel right to say jiggle physics to bikini. Oh, okay. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There is only one problem with this witness testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple. But, okay, I read this. I never reread the testimonies when I'm examining. So,
The only part of it that is suspicious to me, it's just to save me the trouble of pressing everything and reading everything. I'm gonna go with my gut and see what happens, but I feel like this is fine. And this is fine. And this is the part that doesn't make sense because we have Iris testimony, so I'm gonna press here. You left Iris to hell with what?
What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. It was past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercise proper.
Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple?
Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolyte so they don't pass away.
Just to confirm, this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct?
Yes. She's a gentle, honest girl. She's never failed to follow my directions.
So, now, I think I will present Iris' testimony. Witness have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fates rest on their power of observation and memory after all.
Well. Don't worry, I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith after all, the head honcho of Hasagura Temple.
In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. This discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back to her room and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. 1 second, I need to ban a chat. There we go.
A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose?
The defendant is simply lying to cover up her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hasakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi.
But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie.
She does indeed have honest eyes.
All people lie. That is my belief.
Well, I'm the only one getting whipped here. Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question.
Dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you?
Well, that isn't exactly what I'm...
My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter.
Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of the witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that that alone would do the trick. Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony, and let us return to the cross-examination. Okay. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. This is a new statement, isn't it? But well, we can prove that is a lie, because she gave her hood to Phoenix, so there is no way she was dressed the exact same way. Let me press on it first. Are you sure that you're not making a mistake?
You, young man, need to get your estimation of me up from the floor. Iris always wears the same clothes. The small thing out of place, it would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake. Thinking I make a mistake.
An excellent finish there, witness.
Still, I have to wonder.
Okay.
What?
Ah, damn it. Okay, so here I'm gonna show her the hood. Witness, let's get this one straight. Let's get one thing straight. The defendant who you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon warding hood, correct?
Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing. I'll have you know. Wait a minute. Hold it right there. Why do you have that?
That's the question of the day now, Miss Von Karma. I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung.
What?
You know where I'm going with this, don't you? The witness has seen the defendant as she claims. If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing their very hood.
Well.
It is not about feeling at all exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Order, Immaculate.
Sister, this hood. You have a spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Leading objection.
Spares, well, I tend to make too many of them.
I see, a stockpile, a surplus of hoods, huh?
Each nun is only given one hood. This one should be the hood that Iris owned.
Then this is quite strange.
If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradiction here.
I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human's heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision.
I'm not sure if I'm comfortable going along with this.
Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after you finish your bath, on your way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear the fruit. Contradictory stimulation.
After my bath.
Okay, 1 second though. Before we do that, there is one thing I wanna check. Where is the autopsy report? Okay, Elise autopsy report. Time of death between 10 and 11. Cause loss of blood from a stab in the back. Body fell 10 feet after death. Huh? I'm sure it was Iris that killed the bitch. I mean the lady.
I finished my bath at around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard, and I took a look, and Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise! And with that sword, all things, Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out to the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of the window.
What the? You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth into court. What? Then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in court. What? Oh, whipping. Okay, like splitting him. Okay, whipping in two in court, and me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name, can you do something about that habit of yours? Okay. So there was something that caught my eye in her testimony, right? Because first is the time. She finished at around 11. So you could say, okay, maybe a little bit before 11. So yeah, it's still in the time frame. But she's saying that somewhere in there she said that she was stabbed after she was pushed, but here says that after that she fell, so the order of events does not match. Wait, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna press on this one. What makes you sure of all this? I just told you early. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? The thump, just like that. You're one smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet height. It appears that the witness was not mistaken then. Yep. More than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith after all. The head honcho. Did you watch the live action? No. I have not seen any Phoenix Wright media outside of the game because I don't want to spoil the games. What's wrong, Miles? No snappy comeback remark? That face, man. I missed it. It doesn't feel like she's lying. This is very powerful testimony too. She claims to have seen the instant in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only two things I can believe right now: my client Iris and my own abilities as a defense attorney. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna present the autopsy report here, because she's stating the things backwards. Impressive logic. That's what I could say. That's what I would like to say anyway. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. That's right, it says after that right here. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard,
Why did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that's the case, the movie is just about the first game, hardly a spoiler at this point. Okay, I'll keep it in mind then. Then the victim must have been killed in her room, don't you agree?
That's the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have stabbed the defendant in her own room, and then she was thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Doc Sim's room?
Oh,
She was stabbed with a sword that would have left that would leave blood, a blood stain, wouldn't you agree?
well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood?
No traces of blood were found in the victim's room.
Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious play of beard. However, if there was no blood in the room,
I'm sure there is no need for me to go over this. I'm sure your honor is well aware. When a stabbed goon produces the most blood,
when it produces the most blood,
very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the goon.
that's true, with the weapon still on the body, there would be no much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking.
We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all contradictions.
Order! I must admit that this is a very probable version of the events.
I expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point.
It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all suspicions on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please. Remain standing on the crate.
Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please, give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
With the whip? Oh boy. Edward wants that whip, huh?
Oh boy. Alright.
Further details. Oh god. Is it still going, huh?
When I look across the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Miss Elise. I'd never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Amy was stabbing Mystic Elise through her back.
This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory.
Von Karma's strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska von Karma. And I'm here to teach you that. And I will be doing the whipping tonight.
What? Edgeworth, come on.
Keep your pants on. When I look across the... Okay.
So... Okay, so... This is... Okay. Okay, let's... He did not say that. Oh, but he was thinking of it. Curious, what is your favorite case so far? Oh man, that's a hard question. There have been a few very great cases that I don't know how I would rank them. The case against Chief Gant was amazing. That was amazing. That was freaking amazing. The other one that was freaking amazing was the one against Von Karma. And there was another one that I said that was among my top some time ago. I don't remember. Let me join the 2-4 community with me. What would be that one? My memory is not the best, but if you can refresh me a little bit, tell me who was the bad guy? No, yeah, but who was the bad guy in that case? Okay, I was saying 2-4 is the one with Shelly the Killer and the Nickel Samurai. That is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. That was pretty good though. Loki forgot his name. That was pretty good, but not my favorite. There was one that was very convoluted and that was very freaking good. And it has like this super cool twist at the end. I mean, the one with the Nickel Samurai was very good, but I think you're being biased because you like Adrian. Think carefully, this is very important. It's Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I look over, the sword was already in Mystic Elite's body. It might not be conclusive, but I'm not being biased? Okay. If you say so, I'll trust you. This testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth. Let's press on this one too. You were saying that you saw the victim's blood. That's right. Some of it had splattered onto Iris too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked? As well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press further, obviously. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But you saw the victim bleeding. Well, I said that. What I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her. As plain as day. Pulling the sword out. Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like came out. Hello Mikan, it's been a while, how are you doing? Welcome back. Witness, you will add this to a statement to your testimony. Mattengard? No, yeah, I remember the case now. I remember Mattengard and everything. It was a very good case, but I wouldn't say it's among my favorites. Maybe, I don't know, the Chief Gant one was so good. And the other one that I said before, what was it? I'm already forgetting. Oh, from Karma case, that one. Been doing fairly well now. There were some hiccups this week. I like the Matten Guard case. Substituting Maya for Pearl as your partner was cute. I'll hypnotize you into loving 2-4, don't worry. Oh, don't worry, it doesn't work.
Oh, what? Was that important?
More important than you can imagine. New faces in the game. I have missed out on a lot. Yeah. Well, I hope the hiccups on your week were solved, man. It's...
I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt. It was smoothly drawn out.
Aha. That doesn't make any sense. How can it go out smoothly with this? Like, what? I'm gonna save because I have a hunch here, but I don't want to screw it. But just looking at the blade, this seems this Kurokage raid is going neck to neck. I'm barely staying in platinum. I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt, and it was smoothly drawn out and plunged down the hilt. The apparent murder weapon has the victim blood and the suspect fingerprints on it. The blade... I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt. What? Chef Gun, that was bonus case for the first game. I don't think I fully played that one. Oh, it was really freaking good, man. It was really freaking good. Does that look like a blade that was plunged down to hilt? Oh, okay, I know what you mean. Like, the blade is only covered like on the tip with blood. If it was plunged down to the hilt, it would be fully covered with blood. That's what is you meant. Yeah. So yeah, this testimony itself is a piece of crap. What caught my eye, honestly, was the smoothly drawn out. It cannot go out smoothly. Like, come on. But yeah. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least I like to think so, but there are too many contradictions in here. It's also like 7 feet long. I don't think it's a shovel. Yeah. It's not going that far down. Yeah.
What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar.
Did I read that right? What?
But you're handsome, young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to the hilt into the victim's body.
Sister, what now? Bikini. Her name is Bikini. Yes.
Furthermore, the killer drew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of those are completely impossible.
What do you mean? Please explain. What kind of practical joke it is? Is this? A good one, I guess.
Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone with the hilt with this? No matter how I look at it, the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Oh, we are missing Sherlock here? What?
No, Phoenix
is in the hospital, so Edgeworth is taking his place. Also, where is Josh? I need Josh to take the whipping for me.
Doesn't appear. What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail.
Wright is in hospital, then what did I miss? Okay, a quick recap. Phoenix, Pearls, and Maya went to a temple atop of a mountain for Maya to get a special training. Then, on the night of the murder, Maya was in the inner temple, which was on the other side of a bridge over a cliff. Phoenix, desperate to try to save Maya, ran through that bridge, and the bridge collapsed on him and he fell into the river below. Luckily, he didn't die from the fall, but he's hospitalized with high fever and that. So he asked Edgeworth to represent the person that is supposed to be the murderer, because he believes that the person did not commit the crime.
But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I choose. Should I so choose?
Yeah, I bet you can. The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit.
That isn't the only issue here. If the sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at that. Just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. We also have a problem of the amount of bleeding.
What happened to the old judge though? Edgeworth didn't want the old judge to recognize him because he's a prosecutor, he's not a lawyer, so this that he's doing is technically illegal. So he arranged the court so no one would protest about him being the defense lawyer. So he asked for this judge to be the judge, and he asked for Von Karma to be the prosecutor.
It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for a blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. How dumb can you be? I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction.
You still got more.
This one is simple. If the sword was really thrust all the way into the hilt, why there is only blood on the tip of it? Because if this witness is telling the truth, there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No!
Order!
Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising these many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that.
But what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but
having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is? The weapon used to kill the victim was not the shishito.
I'm gonna say this word from now on. What?
A foolish fool. A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon?
No, because SH SH in Japanese is and CH have different pronunciations. SH is like she, for example, and CH is like chi. So it's she, chi, she, to. It's different sounds. It's not chi, chi, chito. But it's just hard to say in quick succession. It's hard to say. Let's examine this again. Okay.
Well, it's because Mystic Amy was holding it.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing.
Tititito.
The impression left by the scene was just too strong that this is what influenced us. Influenced us to believe that the sword was the murder weapon.
So maybe the sword was not the murder weapon. Even if that's the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object.
That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that's so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it arises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us to if a sword-like object was found.
That's...
Answer the question, Miss Von Karma.
No evidence of that kind was found.
It's an unintelligible name anyway. It's hard to read, yeah. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast.
Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something actually.
Oh no, shut up.
What is it, sister? I was just thinking it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there.
What exactly are you going on about here?
The murder weapon, I mean, maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
What?
Well then, I think we need to hear the testimony from you one more time, sister.
Impossible.
What else could this old woman have seen?
Oh my god, this old fat bastard. She is like the fat bastard from Austin Powers. Location of the weapon.
I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. After asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate, and there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to the Dusty Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all.
Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time.
Well, I'm not the best shape. What with my back and my age, you know.
Quiet.
There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph.
Yeah? A snowmobile, huh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory.
The tracks being in in front of Hasakura Temple, and run all the way to the ski bridge.
Oh no. There's something incredible that Larry Butts saw. I bet it involves the snowmobile.
That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over the winter.
She has a sexy name though. Who, Bikini? Yeah, but I like this face better, you know? That is a sexy face.
Making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did you really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Miles, Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Okay. Location of the weapon. Face card. Wait. Sorry, I need to blow my nose. And I didn't want you to hear the nasty sounds of my nose blowing. Okay, I'm not going to read this as I said before. And after, okay. Let me look at this photo more in detail. Wait a second. No, you know, it has to be BS. Because the only footprints that are in this picture are not leading anywhere near the snowmobile, so these tracks could be old. These tracks could be old. You have only these footprints, but there are no footprints around here. If someone wanted to get onto the snowmobile to dispose of a weapon, they would have taken the shortest path, and there is no footprints around it, so it doesn't make any sense. Also, there is no and there would be also the footprints from going in and going out, from mounting and dismounting, but there are no prints. I can place your accent. Where are you from? Try to take a guess. Also, unless she's a super perfect driver, why aren't there 2 tracks of the snowmobile? There is only one coming inwards, but no outwards. There would be more tracks, no? So my theory of this being all tracks is pretty on point. No one used this on the night of the murder. I'm gonna say 1%. Also, considering that I'm sick, it's pretty hard probably to tell where I'm from right now. I'm gonna present this here. I admit, this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accept the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth.
However, if what the witness says is true, why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left has a good example, threw the weapon into the river and then returned. If this was the case, there would naturally be there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. Ah, you're right. You're forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. So it removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? Not really.
I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory?
Yeah, we have the weather data.
The idea of the snowfall cover, there is a contradiction, obviously.
We have the weather data that shows that's fake.
The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Why, would you care to explain? Why is there a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction?
You are from Timbuktu? No, not even close, man. I'm European. I don't know if Timbuktu is in Europe even, but no, I'm not from Timbuktu. No, Timbuktu is not in Europe. What am I saying? I'm being stupid. Man, my brain not braining right now.
No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me.
On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by the snow, or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contradictory evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. Weather data, let's check. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow 7 to 10:50, lightning 10 to 11, lightning struck Dusky Bridge 10:45. Okay. So that's BS. I'm gonna present the weather data. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like it said, it was around 11.
Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown after the crime, after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. Is the weather report from Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report. Snow started to fall at 7, but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It's impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Order, order! Very well then. It looks like... Sorry guys, I needed to cough. It looks like Miss Von Karma claim has been snowed in.
It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on weather of all things.
Ha, you were doing the same!
Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct?
Oh no, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data.
Forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have been still snowing by the vicinity well past 11.
It's true, we cannot be totally sure, huh? From accent, from an Eastern European country? No. Not Eastern European. I'm not Eastern European. I'm from Central Europe.
How did she pull that off?
I guess the way I pronounce the R's can give that impression because it has like a very hard sound and it's a little long. But it's because my accent is very mixed because of the languages I speak. It had stopped snowing at Hasakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far, there is no turning back.
Very well.
I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence? Okay, so... Is this one? No. Is this one? Well, you can see there is no snowfall. And there are footprints and everything. And this is from the time of the murder. Also, like, there is no snowfall here. No more guessing games. If you don't want the answer, that's fine. Oh, I'm from Italy, mate. I'm from Italy. It is just funny how, like, no, very little people actually nails it.
Ultimately, it comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy.
If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception.
And that is
the victim herself, Elise Doxnim. Oh, why there is no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph there should be two sets of tracks.
Order, order!
Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hasakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hasakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained.
Can I say something? This all sounds a little fishy to me.
What does, sister? there is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder, which can only mean that night Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said she never went there. I should probably press on this point and get more on this point some more when I get the chance.
The snowmobile cannot cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hasakura. She must have left it on the Hasakura side of the bridge and cross on foot.
That sounds right.
But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to Hasakura Temple, I didn't see anything near the Dusky Bridge.
You must have failed to see it, sister.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hasakura Temple, it was there, by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow too.
But that's impossible. Order in the court. What does this all mean? So, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. It had been then. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there would be two sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this: after it stopped snowing, someone used a snowmobile to return to Hasakura Temple.
Snowmobile? Not a snowmobile? Yeah, I know. I've been saying snowmobile all the time, but it's sometimes, I just get it crossed, it happens.
I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I think we've learned all we can from this witness.
Yes, I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know.
But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was a witness who could testify to have seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night?
I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot could go out wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do.
That's a shame. Hold on. Something's coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that sub-Arctic night. Your Honor, I know the idiot. Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really?
You know someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder?
I don't know for sure, but if he saw it or not. But there are two things about him that do come to mind. Which are? First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder.
And the second being,
this individual that I am thinking of went wandering outside that cold night. In other words, he's our kind of idiot. Miles Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about?
I really like how the judge just go, who is this idiot? Not this person, this subject, just this idiot. So blunt.
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de Leduc Guide to Obnoxiousness French Painting. This is Larry Botts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Doc's Nim. Her student, interesting. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is after all an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that could move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate and unreliable looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? Let me. I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as the witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well. Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, the court is now in recess. To be continued. Perfect. Okay. Guys, I think this is a good stopping point. So, we continue playing Phoenix Wright next Saturday, as is our Saturday game. If you haven't subscribed or followed the channel, do so you don't miss it. Tomorrow we are playing Yakuza 0 at the same old time, 4 PM to 6 PM. With that said, guys, I have to go. I have stuff to do, and I don't want it to get too late. So, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day or night. Bye bye.